way.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees, so fair. Today is the 17th day of December 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands, 8 days before Christmas Day. We hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-out. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. Share a Coke with someone special. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. This morning, we want to extend our sincere condolences to the family of the late Miss Elrita Seymour, who unfortunately passed away on Monday. So our sincere condolences go out to her family. She will be extremely missed. Another iconic Caymanian, known for her culinary skills as well. And again, to her family, we extend our deepest condolences. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery as well. And this morning, as usual, a big shout out to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Joel Wilson. So folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I have had the distinct honor and pleasure, and still have, of being your host. My name is Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, of course, our phone lines are open. We have a toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037. Try 949-6990. It may or may not work. Of course, we also have a WhatsApp number, 925-3261. We can only accommodate one caller at a time on that number, but you can also send us WhatsApp messages as well via that number. And of course, if you do call in, you will encounter that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson, who will take your calls as well. So let's look at the birthday shout-outs. And of course, on Monday, we mentioned Miss Joan Barnes, who was celebrating her birthday yesterday. So we wished her a happy birthday in advance. Today, now we will wish her a happy belated birthday as well. One of the nicest persons in the world, Miss Joan Barnes. So we want to wish her a happy belated birthday as well. And here's another beautiful person and good friend, school friend as well, Miss Carrie Nixon. She is celebrating her birthday today. Some of you may know her as Carrie Ann. Miss Carrie Ann Nixon celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to her as well. Upcoming birthdays tomorrow, the 18th of December, Carrie Parchman celebrating a birthday. Also, Sonia Bendo celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Joshua Burke celebrating a birthday on Friday, the 19th of December. And Tonya Ebanks also celebrating a birthday on the 19th of December. Of course, come Friday, God's willing, we will give them a big shout out here on For the Record as well. Of course, Friday, the 19th of December will be our final broadcast on For the Record for the year 2025. And of course, we will resume in January as well. This coming more, it says happy 51st birthday to the very respected, loved, admired, accomplished singer, songwriter, musician, record producer, performer, Rohan Anthony Cruz Smith, who celebrates his birthday today, also December the 17th. He was born on the 17th of December, 1974. So, folks, if you know someone who's celebrating a birthday or any other momentous occasion, please share that information with us right here on For the Record. We will give them a shout out as well. You may do so during the course of the entire show, and at some juncture, we will include it in our comments and acknowledge the person for whatever reason you have given us as well. And don't forget, you do that via our WhatsApp number, 925-3261. Meanwhile, let's look at some of the releases. Of course, this time of the year, it is flu season as well. So the Health Services Authority, they have sent out a bulletin, an update about the availability of the flu vaccine. And it reads that the Health Services Authority's Public Health Department advises that a new supply of flu vaccine was received and vaccinations have resumed in accordance with the existing schedule. So whatever existing schedule that was there before, that schedule remains the same because they have now received a new supply of flu vaccine. Says that the Public Health Department thanks the community for their patience and continued commitment to protecting personal and public health as well. So if you haven't had your flu vaccine, please go ahead and get it as well. Of course, this release comes after they had issued notice that there was a temporary pause in flu vaccine availability. At that time, they told us that the Health Services Authority's Public Health Department advised that its current supply of flu vaccine had been fully utilized due to significant uptake, which is a good sign. that there was significant uptake, despite, and these are my words, despite the fact that we have so many persons who are anti-vaccine for many reasons, some legitimate and some simply because of being ill-informed as well. So they pointed out then that additional doses were being procured, and announcement would be made once the vaccinations resume. So, folks, they have resumed, and I will repeat this one more time for you, that the Health Services Authority's Public Health Department now advise that a new supply of flu vaccine was received and vaccinations have resumed in accordance with the existing schedule. Public Health Department thanks the community for their patience and continued commitment to protecting personal and public health as well. So that is good. I'm trying to see if I can find the schedule as well. And if I could find that, I would also share that with you. We see that the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, they are on the ball as well, and they have they announced yesterday that they had located a wanted man during a search warrant in West Bay. And it says here that just before 8 a.m. on Sunday, the 14th of December, a team of police officers executed a search warrant in the district of West Bay. During the search, officers located a man aged 21 of a West Bay address who was arrested in relation to drug-related offenses. While searching, police also located and arrested a wanted man aged 23 who also resides at a West Bay address. He was arrested in relation to a robbery and assault incident. The wanted man has since been formally charged with the following offenses in relation to a robbery report that occurred on West Bay Road on the 25th of October. So one incident took place all the way back on the 25th of October. That was robbery, also possession of an offensive weapon, damage to property. Then in relation to a robbery report that occurred on the 7 Mile Beach on the 3rd of December, that person was now charged with robbery, assault, ABH, something about bodily harm, acquisition, use, and possession of criminal property. And then in relation to a second report of a robbery on the 7 Mile Beach public beach on the 3rd of December, further investigation into this matter determined that although reported as a robbery, this offense was actually a theft. He was formally charged with theft. The man appeared in court on the 16th, that would be yesterday. He was remanded in custody until the 9th of January, 2026. And don't forget, the words of advice coming from the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service: if you see something, say something. If you see something suspicious, or if you know about an illegal act that has occurred, a robbery that has occurred, please inform the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. It is only through the information provided by you that the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service can really be as effective as we want them to be in terms of either preventing crimes or solving crimes after they have occurred as well. One more thing I'll share with you before we go to the commercial break. The Department of Vehicle and Driver's Licensing, known by the acronym DVDL, they're advising the public that all vehicle license renewals will be available online only from the 17th of December through the 31st of December. So from today until the end of the year, until the 31st of December, you can only renew your vehicle license via the online portal. It says that members of the public are encouraged to use DVDL's online service at www.dvdl.gov.ky to renew their vehicle license or driver's license during this period. And here's how you go about renewing your vehicle license online. First, you ensure that your vehicle has, number one, valid insurance, 2, a valid certificate of roadworthiness / inspection. The next inspection due date must be at least 90 days or 3 months in the future. So, if it's less than that period of time, then you have to have that certificate of roadworthiness renewed as well. So what will you need when renewing your vehicle registration online? You will need a vehicle registration number, which is the license plate number or text. You will also need a digital copy of current insurance documents, either in PDF, PNG, TIFF, GIF, or JPEG format. Also, you will need a valid email address in order for you to get your receipt. You will also need a valid debit or credit card for payment. They accept the following card types: CCV, code, and an expiry date within 14 years. Other notes: renewals may only be completed within 30 days or less of the vehicle license expiry date. The selected renewal period cannot exceed the certificate of roadworthiness or inspection expiry date. Number 3, terminate or suspend vehicle license are not eligible for renewal as well. And for browser guidance, you can use Google Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. Internet Explorer is not preferred as well. With that, folks, we're going to take our first commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Following World War II, air transportation made its debut in the Cayman Islands with the first seaplanes landing in the North Sound. The PBY Catalina seaplanes arrived thanks to the efforts of King Parker Jr. from Tampa, who piloted the first passenger planes with his wife as the stewardess. In 1947, Parker sold his interest to a group led by Owen Bobby Roberts. Roberts would later spearhead the lobbying campaign for funding for the Georgetown Airport, which officially opened in March 1954. The airport was aptly named Owen Roberts Airfield in honor of Roberts, who tragically was killed when his plane crashed on takeoff a year earlier.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
Yeah, let me tell you, no AC when I was a boy. I still remember just how good an ice cold Coca-Cola was.
The part is, the coolest moms and dads always had Coca-Cola or parties.
The sound when you pop the top, and the fizzle, and that, after that first sip.
Coca-Cola, from generation to generation, that ice cold bubbly. Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. 7 minutes before we go to our 8 o'clock news. We do have a caller. I'll take that caller in a second. We do have a few birthday greetings going out. This one happened 92nd birthday to the best mother anyone could ask for. My encyclopedia, my calculator, my calendar. Wishing you a joyous day and many, many more to come. Those birthday greetings are going out to Miss Polly. Miss Polly Thompson, coming from her son, Eugene Thompson. So Miss Polly, 92 years of age. Happy birthday to you, Miss Polly. We also have been asked to send a happy belated birthday to Kiara James on her 11th birthday, which was yesterday, the 16th of December. Greetings coming from Grandma Ruth James, Mom and Dad Dwayne James, sister, auntie, and uncles, and cousins, and friends overseas. We trust you had an amazing day. May God continue to bless you with many more. Lots of love. And then we have another one here, asking to send birthday greetings to Emerald and Angela. Not birthday greetings, sorry. I went ahead of myself there. Was ahead of my skis. Greetings to Emerald and Angela. Those are the Mohammeds, right? Celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary on Friday the 19th of December 2025. So God's willing, if I'm here on Friday, we will give them a shout out again. But in advance, I'm sure that they're looking forward to it. Their 55th wedding anniversary. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good. Thankful. Well, Mr. Connor, we got our people cleaning our streets for us and making us look good for Christmas.
Yes. We're getting an echo coming from you.
Like from yesterday, I told you guys, your phone is just beeping.
No, this was an echo, not a beep.
Well, I guess.
Okay, you're much clearer now. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so said, everybody's here shopping, but when they're taking this stuff away, they're not securing it properly. Up there on True Road, there's a bunch of material from the box. There must be some sort of appliance that was purchased, and the stuff must have blown off the truck, and they left it right there in the road. And the other two tropical gardens and True Road, I think that's really out of order and no love and no care for this island. If you drop something, it's like you come back and pick it up, And as I continue to drive this morning, there's garbage on the side of the road, boxes. I don't understand the people. I don't understand. I don't know when you're going to get something in order and a charge for these guys. Like this government has trying to bring in things to make the budget, better the island, and so forth. And we have a lot of people who's not happy with the situation. But Mr. Connor, I think we have to obey this island long enough, and I think it's time that somebody steps in and try to stand up for us to a degree. Because if all the other governments had did a little piece at air 1 year, 4 years, we would not have to do what we're doing now in such a big, what do we call it, a big lump sum. Everybody, it's a big lump sum, and it's going to hurt this one, it's going to hurt that one, So it is what it is, and if it's mean by helping and maintaining the island and the people of this island, we have to do what we have to do because we have given away too much. We have been a hostage in our own country for many years. The milk and honey is practically out of the window. So I think people just need to look at it in the best way they can and try to live with it to a degree because it is what it is. The rest of the world make the rules and regulations, and they have to abide by them. But all because Cayman is making theirs, nobody wants to accept it. But I'm just asking this government to not to step down for nobody. Do what you all think is right for us and continue to do what you're all doing that is good for the Cayman Islands and the few of us that is left here in this island. Because remember, we are outnumbered. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but the fact of the matter is, let the government do what they have to do for this island and for the people of this island. So just relax and do the best you can do. The new year coming, nobody knows what the new year is promised to us, but we must, appreciate the Cayman Islands for what it has done for us.
Yep.
All already.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and please stay safe out there as well. And just speaking about the cleanup and everything, I did speak to a person. Actually, they said they were going to send me an email in relation to this. I haven't received it, but they have residents, a house in the Cayman Islands, and they visit here quite frequently. You know, at least three times, sometimes 4 times for the year. They reside in East End, and he wanted to send thanks to express his gratitude for the cleanup in East End and the way that where the breakwater is and the rest of East End, that it had been done so well, and he wanted to extend his thanks to the cleanup crews out there in East End, who he felt had done an excellent job as well. So, I didn't receive that email, but I know what he wanted to say, so I'm just sharing that with you. So, East End, big shout out there, and we know also that you really like to keep your district, clean also. So, with that, we're going to go to our 8 o'clock news. Around about 8:15 or 8:30, we should have members of the opposition, the progressives, in the studio with us. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time by Foster's is a minute after 8.
Grab a cart and win! It's the 30K Jolly Grocery Giveaway at Foster's. This Christmas, we're spreading some holly jolly cheer by filling one lucky shopper's cart with $10,000 worth of groceries. Just purchase any 2 specially marked products from now until December 24th for a chance to win your share of $30,000 worth of groceries. Go to fosters.ky/jolly for more info. Thanks to Chloralin and Sueno, Pinolin, Lysol, Paradise Coffee, Waitrose, Tortuga, and Boxed. Have a holly jolly Christmas at Foster's.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The number of cases heard before local courts fell in 2024. According to the Compendium of Statistics, there were just over 1,400 cases before the Grand Court last year, an 8% drop when compared to 2023. There was also a 24% dip in summary court cases, falling from nearly 13,400 to just over 10,100 in 2024. Most of that can be attributed to a 31% dip in the number of traffic tickets dealt with. On the flip side, the number of legal aid cases grew 15% to 850, while the number of attorneys climbed to just under 4,100. That's a nearly 9% spike. The number of juveniles convicted in 2024 fell from 20 in 2023 to 15. Those kids were between the ages of 14 and 18. The average adult prison population grew by 3.2%. to 252 last year, with an average age of 38. You can find the full compendium of statistics online at eso.ky. It's a thumbs up from the National Conservation Council as they approve the Protected Area Management Plan for Hemington Forest.
Which is 194 acres of biodiverse dry forest and shrubland in the middle of Cayman Brac up on top of the bluff. It's already Crown land and protected under the Conservation Act, and we're proposing the name of it to reflect the traditional right-of-way Hemington Road, which passes essentially through the protected area, or which we've been acquiring land and protecting around that old trail.
Department of Environment's John Bothwell told MPs it brings the area one step closer to being the country's first formally designated and protected national park after a public consultation period earlier this year.
Over 85% of the respondents thought the plan accurately reflected the kind of experience they would like to see in Hemington National Park. The vast majority of comments collected from the consultation period were supportive of the plan and indeed inspired a sense of pride in Cayman Brac being home to the first national park in the Cayman Islands.
The plan includes improvements to the Hemington Road Trail, a pedestrian path dating back to the 1800s, Other upgrades include a new trail network, an observation tower, a new open-air information shelter, and restroom facilities accessed from Songbird Drive.
Although the area is already protected, designating it as a national park just helps us show that Cayman is meeting our commitments under various conventions, international goals of protecting and managing areas for wildlife, such as the Convention on Migratory Species, and particularly the Convention on Biological Diversity, which the Cayman Islands have been party to for many years.
The National Conservation Council approved the plan at their Friday meeting. For more information, head to conservation.ky. Now with the check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Australian police have charged the surviving suspect in the Bondi Beach Hanukkah mass shooting with 59 offences, including 15 counts of murder as well as committing a terrorist act. Naveed Akram was charged in hospital after coming out of a coma. The head of the World Health Organization has called for the immediate release of health workers who are believed to have been detained in southwestern Sudan. It follows reports that more than 70 healthcare workers are among 5,000 civilians being held in the city of Nyala, which has been the headquarters of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The International Energy Agency says global coal consumption is expected to hit a record 8.85 billion tonnes this year. It marks the first rise in 15 years. The Thai military says it's launched a renewed operation along its border with Cambodia to find 2 soldiers who went missing in overnight clashes. The latest fighting between the two countries has entered its 11th day. Ukraine says its drones have hit Russia's Slavyansk oil refinery. Unverified video shows the refinery apparently in flames. Britain has announced it will rejoin the European Union's Erasmus student exchange programme. It withdrew in 2020 following Brexit. The authorities in India's capital Delhi have rolled out strict measures to curb air pollution that's been in the severe category for the past few days. All private and government offices will operate with 50% attendance from Thursday. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Starting January 1, 2026, the minimum wage in the Cayman Islands will increase to CI $8.75 per hour. This change is designed to ensure fair pay and to support workers across the islands. Whether you're an employee or an employer, it is important to understand how this adjustment affects you. Learn more about the new rate, how it's applied, and what it means for your workplace by visiting gov.ky/DLP or email minimumwage@gov.ky.
Cayman, let's talk about your internet and phone service. Orrett has published a draft proposal for new consumer protection regulations, and we want your feedback. The draft regulations propose new rules to modernize the sector, including proposals to limit back billing to 3 months, introduce a 5-day cooling-off period for new contracts, and set mandatory timelines for resolving complaints. The draft also proposes extending these protections to small businesses for the first time. But these are just proposals. To ensure the final rules are practical and fair, we need to hear from you. All submissions on this consultation should be made in writing and must be received by 5 p.m. on January 8, 2026 at the latest. For more information, visit orreg.ky/consultations or email consultations@orreg.ky. Orreg, working toward a fair and reliable digital economy.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 79 degrees. Relative humidity is 84%. The barometric pressure is 29.94 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east at 8 knots. Overnight low temperature was 76 degrees. Synopses indicate light to moderate winds and seas are expected today in association with a weakening ridge of high pressure. Some showers are possible today as a surface trough and residual moisture from a stationary front lingers over the northwest Caribbean. Satellite imagery show mostly scattered low-level clouds drifting southwest over the Cayman area. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with cloudy spells and a 40% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise near the mid to upper 80s with a heat index of 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be easterly at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, decreasing 5 to 10 knots in the late afternoon, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. And for tonight, partly cloudy skies with cloudy spells and a 40% chance of showers, and temperatures will fall near the mid to upper 70s. Tonight, your winds will be easterly at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet as well. You can expect a high tide this morning at 6 minutes after 9, low tide this afternoon at 4 minutes past 3, and a high tide again tonight at 7:44. The sun will set this evening at 5:50 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:54. And the outlook is calling for an increase in showers expected from Friday morning as moisture affects into the Caribbean. Light to gentle winds and seas are expected through Saturday morning as the ridge of high pressure drifts east of the Caribbean and for a frontal boundary to begin moving south over the Gulf of Mexico. That's the very latest on your weather report.
Aunt Angie, how does it feel to have broken the bull riding world record?
Sore, Sean. That bull was angry.
Angie, I think that bull is headed towards your red convertible.
I broke the world record and he broke my car. Oh well, at least I've got CG Comprehensive Motor to cover this.
Get covered for collision, damage, and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 sweepstakes is back just in time for your holiday shopping. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store before noon on Christmas Eve for a chance to win all season long, with cash prizes of up to $5,000, premium gifts, and a Rolex watch giveaway. The more you shop, the better your chances to win. Get gifts for everyone on your list at Kirk Freeport, with duty-free prices, 0 shipping delays, and the chance to win a piece of the $40,000 sweepstakes. View full details on kirkfreeport.com.
Ho, ho, ho! Still searching for the perfect gift or that comfy couch to curl up on this holiday season? Beacon Furniture at Plaza Venetia, North Sound Road near China Village, is your one-stop holiday happiness shop. From gorgeous living and dining rooms to bedroom sets, outdoor furniture, candles, and a wide selection of home accessories, we've got something for everyone on your list. Stop by our showroom, meet our cheerful elves, friendly staff, and let us make your holiday shopping fast, fun, and oh so festive. Call 943-2500 today and let Beacon Furniture help you slay this holiday season.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.com. or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. Let's see what's slowing and what's flowing as we take a look at the traffic report. Coming from the east, the usual traffic, bumper to bumper, As you approach the Linford-Pearson Highway, expect some delays. Also on Cool Road, traffic is slow moving. Coming off of Agnes Way off the Linford-Pearson Highway, traffic steady, as well as Bobby Thompson Way. And continuing on to Huldah Avenue, Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue flowing at a moderate pace in both directions, as well as on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, and coming from the West Bay four-way stop, flowing nicely. Edward Street, light to moderate traffic flow. And on North Sound Road, traffic is moving at a moderate pace in both directions. And coming off of the Esley Tibbetts Highway, traffic flowing at a moderate pace. If you see any accidents or incidents, let us know by calling us at 949-8037. Or you can always send a voice note to 925-3261. And remember, always wear your seatbelt, obey the speed limits, and avoid distractions like your cell phone. And never drive under the influence. Staying alert and patient on the road save lives. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Come visit Penha, the ultimate holiday shopping destination. From December 7 until December 24, come to Penha and drop off your letter to Santa and let him know why you should win Penha's amazing Christmas prizes this year. While you're there, enjoy a fun-filled holiday shopping experience for your loved ones. Earn points while you shop, plus free gifts with purchase and free gift wrapping and so much more. Visit us at one of our two convenient locations, 40 Cardinal Avenue or The Grove at 1358 West Bay Road. Make this Christmas one to remember at Penha. Penha, where the holiday magic comes alive. Don't miss out on the festive fun and amazing prizes. See you soon.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
This holiday season, let Kirk Market do the roasting so you can do the hosting. Visit in-store or shop online and order your traditional family feast, complete with classic roasted turkey and ham, all the tasty sides and trimmings. Let the chefs at Kirk Market be your holiday helpers so you can spend less time in the kitchen. Order online at kirkmarket.ky or visit in-store today. And don't forget to visit the florist at Kirk Market to find the perfect centerpiece for your table. There's no place like Kirk Market for the holidays.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Before I introduce my guest, I have one more birthday shout out here. So on the 20th of December, which will be on Saturday, Miss Mavis Hooker will be celebrating her birthday. She was born on the 20th of December, 1945. Birthday greetings are coming from her children and grandchildren as well as other family members and friends. So, Miss Mavis Hooker, happy birthday in advance to you. Your birthday will be on Saturday, the 20th of December. And 1945 45. That would make her, what, 80 years of age? 80 years young. 80 years young. Yes, yes, yes. So, folks, my pleasure to have in the studio with me in this segment the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Joey Hugh. He will be joined by Mr. Roy Tatum. And then on another segment of the show, we will have the Deputy Leader, Mr. Kenneth Bryan, and Miss Perlina McGaw. They will join us on the second segment of the show. But of course, I'll have the Leader of the Opposition explain it all to you. Good morning, sir. Welcome back to For the Record.
Good morning, OC, and good morning to everyone in our lovely three islands, and in particular those in Georgetown North. And wishing everyone safe travels this morning. Begging everyone to exercise patience. If you rush, you may find yourself in an accident and then become even more late if you're healthy enough to continue on. So, asking everyone to be patient. There's a lot of traffic on the road, but we will all get there if we just take our time. So, good to be back, OC. Missed a week or so, I think. Actually, maybe a week we missed.
Oh, yes.
We had a good run. We were good.
And the deputy did call in. He spent quite a bit of time on the phone with us and everything. Yes.
Yeah. So it's good to be back. We're finally out of Parliament. The budget process and a couple of surprise bills or motions at the end there. So it dragged late into the night on the Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is a part of the year that I enjoy the most, and I think most of us do, and that is being able to get out and seeing our constituents and friends and family around the island. So I certainly will be, and I know the rest of my team will be out and about over the next few days and into next week throughout our constituencies and visiting with people and spreading some Christmas cheer. So, it has been a very active year.
Yes.
Very active year for us, for the country. From the election straightforward to this date. For us, the Progressives, we dusted ourselves off after the government was formed and continued straight on in our rebuilding and planning for the future and taking our position as His Majesty's loyal opposition seriously, and hopefully, I hope the country feels that we have represented that position very well in keeping the government, working with the government in achieving things, but also keeping the government in line and exercising our need to oppose when necessary and to show our support.
Can you give us some examples of where you have basically worked, with the government, either in terms of, in some jurisdictions they call it co-authoring legislation, but at least supporting what they have in their bills, where you have worked with those, and in those instances when you have disagreed, what positions that you have taken?
Yeah, certainly. We started out on a rocky path. I think both sides initially said, listen, we would like to see an era of cooperation versus adversarial, but there has to be some adversarial aspect to it. That's just the Westminster system that we sit in. But, the opposition certainly did not agree with delaying the SPS, the Strategic Policy Statement, so far down the road. Elections only happened, they said it was because of the election that they didn't have enough time to prepare it, and then also the new standing orders in the Parliament breaks for July and August. And so we propose that they do the 3 months, because if, the Parliament may break, it doesn't mean that the civil service has taken a break for the 2 months. Was more than enough time to get the SPS done. Given the general public and the private sector 3 months in advance of when the budget is due to understand what the government's priorities are going to be, and to be able to, this is where we felt that it would have been important for the opposition and for the private sector, and most importantly, as I pointed out in my debate back then, the civil service, to understand what the priorities of the government are and what the plans of the government are, so that proper consultation and collaboration can happen at that point. But we spent 6 months not knowing what the government was going to do there. I think the governor gave a speech at the opening, which we got some insight into what was coming, and then we had the announcement on the minimum wage, and we had the announcement on immigration bill. But other than that, we had no idea what was happening until when we had the budget presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, we asked the government for a few days between when the budget was presented and when we debated it, so we would have an opportunity to review it. And the government obliged, so showing cooperation there, which we were thankful for. Unfortunately, the government shut down the debate on the budget, which we felt was unparliamentary, and certainly we felt that ourselves and the general public had been had lost the opportunity to hear from each individual minister what their plans are for the upcoming 2 years with the budget. And I think that is important. And in particular for the new ministers, this is the first budget for the term for the government. And you have new ministers who campaigned on things out there. You have a coalition government who both had, some of them had manifestos. And so there was confusion as to which manifesto are they going to follow, what priorities are they going to follow. And this was an opportunity for the ministers from each party, or the independents, to say, we have come together as a government, and this is what we are going to do. These are the priorities for the next 2 years.
But they did after the government was formed, send out a joint, statement in terms of what.
There was a policy, but it wasn't a policy statement.
Okay.
It was kind of their rules of engagement sort of thing.
Yes.
There was no manifesto.
Yes, that's true.
That came out very, very, very late into the game. So they disagreed with us. We continued to press it, and then it was agreed then that during the presentation or during the committee stage of the budget, which is why the committee stage took so much longer than usual, we would break parliamentary procedure, or I should say, I shouldn't say that. I should be fair and say that the precedent, and had the individual ministers who had not spoken during the presentation of the bill, the budget, to give a 20 to 30 minute introduction to their different subjects.
Yeah.
And so that replaced, so that, we were thankful for that. It dragged things out because we are now just hearing the information now, and then we're looking at the numbers at the very same time. So we didn't have an opportunity to say, well, okay, you said that you're going to buy a plane, but we don't see any funds in the budget for the plane. That's a very simple. But that's the kind of information we would take away and go look in the budget and say, oh, but the minister promised this and that. And on the other side of it, where, for instance, when the Minister for Education spoke and talked about, putting more funds into early childhood education and things like that, we went back and looked at it, and majority of the things that were said during our debates on immigration were congratulatory. We're saying, listen, thank you for putting that much money in there. We agree early childhood education is the future, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the opportunities you get. And in some instances, we may look at things and say, hey, we don't think you've put enough money in there. And we've asked the questions. We'll ask the question of, the police, is there enough funds? Because we've gone and looked and we've seen where, you're on par for this year or that year. Tourism, is there enough monies? And then just like in the case of the Alex Panton Foundation, the opposition suggested that we add more money to that vote. because we thought it was quite low. So there's those opportunities. And then we ended up, there's quite a number of ones where we met with the government, had a sidebar and say, yes, let's do that. Okay, let's move forward with this. Let's talk about that. And so you collaborate in that way. There is so much division happening in the country right now. I think chatter, I should say, not division, not real division. That I want people to also know that, 99% of us in that house, when the bell rings and we take a recess, we go and we laugh and we joke and we break bread. We eat lunch in the lunchroom, and then dinner in the dining room. And so I just want people to know that at the end of the day, we are 19 Caymanians in there. And we all entered it, hopefully, and we pray that we all entered it for the same reasons and for the right reasons, and that is to help our people. And as we all say in there often, there may be people in there that may love our people as much as I do or we do, but there's nobody in there that loves them more. And so I want people to know that even when the exchanges get heated, that at the end of it, you can go and have a sidebar and maybe express yourself even more. But after that, predominantly it's laughter and have some food, break bread, and talk about it a little bit more.
Excellent. With that positive note, we're going to take a commercial break, folks. Please stay tuned for the record with the Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable Joey Hew, and we will be joined by Mr. Roy Tatum. We'll continue following this short commercial break.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's safe driver training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Leader of the Opposition, Honourable Joey Hew. This will be their last appearance on For the Record for this year as well. One of our listeners has written and said, good morning. Would like to hear the opposition leader's position on the newly proposed high percent increase in government fees and the targeting of a certain class of persons. I would, I'm reading verbatim what the person said here, in especially that portion of the sentence and the targeting of a certain class of persons. I'm not sure whether or not a class of persons were targeted, but certainly fees were increased that would may affect certain classes of persons, you know.
Yeah.
So just, you know, putting those in my words as opposed to what.
Yeah. Thank you, OC. Thank the listener for that, sending that in. I assume that they are speaking about the driver's license fees. I don't know where that is. And I'm not sure if that actually has to come back to Parliament. That may be something they can change in the regulations. However, it's my understanding that they are, after much debate and discussion about it in Parliament, they are looking at the legalities of it, or constitutionally whether or not they can do that. Personally, we argued, or not personally, but as an opposition, we argued that, and our concern with it, our main concern with it, is that it represents a huge amount of the government's revenue measures. I think they were looking at almost $10 million revenue from this. And if you compare that to what they're projecting as their surplus, which is just over 10 million, this could represent the entire surplus. And we felt that it was flawed in the sense that it may not stand up to scrutiny as far as the person's rights are concerned and under the Constitution. That's A. Secondly, we felt that this may just drive more persons to drive without a license or drive illegally out of desperation or out of, you know, not being able to afford the fees in totality. It will certainly lead to those not renewing or not getting their driver's licenses. So you may have a dip in revenue from that. And if the goal was to achieve to reduce the number of cars on the road, then maybe that's what it will achieve. What we're concerned about is that the focus is on as a revenue enhancement measure, and that this may actually backfire and you may have less persons getting a license. It also, their numbers we were concerned about too, because they're talking about people were getting driver's license up to 5 years, 3 to 5 years. And there may be persons who got licensed and didn't even stay on the island for a year. So that number must have a variable of persons that have left the country even after renewing their license. As we all know, people leave for various reasons. Right. It could be 1 week after they renew their license, they got offered a job overseas and they left, or something happened at home with their family, they had to go, you never know, or they got fired and they decided to leave. So we think those numbers are off. There are probably a lot of frequent visitors, or what we call our winter birds, you know, our part-time residents that have Cayman Islands driver's license. And the price may not affect them, but the truth be told is that under the treaty, they can drive on their U.S. or European or Canadian license for 6 months without having to get a Cayman Islands license. Right. I'm sure in the past people got it just out of well, in the early days, you used to have to go in every time they came in to rent a car or something. They'd have to go get a thing at the driver's license.
Yes, and that would take up time in itself.
And if you bought a vehicle and kept the vehicle at your condo, and then you came back, you couldn't go to the rental car agencies to get a license. So people got a license, but I'm sure now they have an option not to renew it, and that's been in place for about 8 years now, I think, where we are party to this treaty. So that's on the driver's license. On the vehicle registrations, which represented, I think, somewhere in the area of 4 million as well. For heavy equipment vehicles, we questioned which expatriate would own a heavy equipment vehicle without a trade and business license, without a Caymanian. So we wonder about that as well, because that if they can prove to us, if they can say that there are non-Caymanians coming to register ownership of a dump truck, a lowboy, a backhoe, a bus, These are all the categories that it wasn't on vehicles. It was on these categories.
Okay.
What are they using them for? Because if they're taking passengers, then that's illegal. They need a Caymanian partner, or they need a company, be part of a company. If they're hauling aggregate, they should be with a Caymanian partner or in a company. All of those things. So we question that again. Where are these numbers coming from? Are they realistic numbers that you're going to raise almost $4 million or around $4 million on vehicle heavy equipment registration of vehicles belonging to non-Caymanians? So these are all the unknowns around that particular proposed piece of revenue measures.
Okay. Now, before I introduce Mr. Tatum, I did listen yesterday morning on the Buzz where the Minister of Finance, was on there.
I did not get
and
there.
it was speaking about stress testing. On most of these things that they have put in place, that they have undergone or implemented stress tests to see basically
I don't know
how they
who's
would
stress
perform.
they're checking, but a lot of people are stressing. But yeah, that's the right way. That was some of the things that we spoke to as well. Is where and you would have heard the deputy repeated as well. And the question I asked in my response was, where are the data to show that you have done any sort of research to see what sort of effects this will have in the economy? What will, it will certainly, and I think they all admitted, everybody agreed that for a period of time in particular, if you combine everything together, including the minimum wage, and so we're not saying that we're against any of them, we may be one or two or question some, but when you combine them all together, what research have you done to see what the net effect will be on the economy? What would be have we looked at the rate of inflation that's predicted based on these things? We know that I think in the minimum wage report, it spoke to the rate of inflation that will come from that. So the question is, what have you done in the research to see what these other fees combined with the minimum wage, what will that do? And it's stress test is the right word. Speaking to business people, they're saying, I don't know, but here's what I'm doing. I'm cutting out overtime for now. I am reducing hours for now. I am not doing any new hires for now. And I've, in one or two cases, I'm going to hold back on all these Christmas charity things I used to do and all that stuff, because I need to see how this is going to play out over the next 3 to 6 months for me.
Okay, with that, we want to say good morning and welcome to the member for Red Bay, Mr. Roy Tatum. Good morning, sir. Welcome back to For the Record.
Morning, O.C. Thank you very much. Good to be here with you again. And I want to say good morning to Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman. Of course, good morning to my constituents in Red Bay. Hope you're all starting to gear up for Christmas. It's coming fast.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Morning all.
Okay, with that, we'll take a commercial break, Miss Susan. Please stay tuned. For the Record, we'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Babe, not tonight. You keep poking me and I need to be rested for meetings tomorrow.
What? I was almost asleep. That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about, not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
The Passport and Corporate Services Office is advising the public that its office will close at 11:30 a.m. on Wednesday, the 17th of December 2025 to facilitate a staff function. The office will reopen to the public on Thursday, the 18th of December at 9 a.m. For more information, call 345-649-7678 or email passportandcorporate@gulf.ky.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, we have in the studio with us Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable Joey Hugh, and the Member of Parliament representing the constituency of Red Bay, Mr. Roy Tatum, in the studio with us. In the second segment of the show, we will be joined by the Deputy Leader, MP Mr. Kenneth Bryan, and Ms. Perlina McGaw as well. We know the questions are, in relation to the budget, and the Leader of Opposition did, talk about the proceedings in Parliament, gave a clear explanation, trying to let people know that while sometimes the debate in Parliament may be animated, at the end of the day, 99% of them, they're all friends. They still talk at the end of the day, and that is good to know, because sometimes you find that the voting public, they try to mimic what their parliamentarians do. So if they see the rancor in, or if they assume that there's rancor in Parliament, then they may want to take the same approach, as well. But
even in debate, Osi, I think it's important I say this. Even in debate, there are rules that should be followed. And there has to be a respect for the individuals in that house. In Parliament, Osi, we are all MPs. We're all members of Parliament. The Premier and his cabinet members are the executive on that side in their cabinet. But in that Parliament, our rights are as equal. As no matter what title you hold outside of the Parliament. So it's important to understand that. And then even, I think, for some of the newer parliamentarians, it's important to understand that there are rules around debate. And there are rules and precedents that are in place about your conduct in debate and what you can say or accuse people of or insinuate and what you can't. And this is extremely important. And this is why in Parliament, when you are debating, when you are speaking at any time, you are either speaking to the Speaker, not to anyone else directly, or in committee you're speaking to the chair. Through the chair. And that is the reason why it is done that way. And you're not allowed to call persons by name either. You are to say the representative from Red Bay, or the Honourable Premier, or the Honourable Leader of the Opposition. You can reference Honourable Member if you're responding to a direct question. Or if you get up on a point of order, you will understand people get up and say, I have a point of order. The Honourable Member just, said that Joey can't run fast. And I got up and I said, no, Joey can run fast.
It's not personal. It's not personal at all. Right. And for our listening audience who are not familiar with it, also the fact that people sometimes say, why do they keep saying Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker? But that is because you're speaking through the speaker.
So you don't engage in personal arguments.
Yes. Mr. Tatum, you were going to say something? You were saying something?
I was agreeing with the leader and with what you said. It is not personal, even though sometimes it might seem that way.
It should not be.
But it should not be. But people might take it that way. No, the public most of the time will only see what they see on TV, on YouTube, or here on the radio. So yes, it might come across as sort of antagonistic all the time, and they don't see when you go in the back the humor and the good natured joking and so on. For the most part, when members are in the lunchroom and so on, we all speak to each other. Very, very few people on the government benches that I will speak with at all. I speak with all of them. But the important thing is, as you said, is that it shouldn't be personal, and the public shouldn't perceive it that way. It needs to be adversarial. I was listening as I was stuck in traffic up the Crew Road. By the way, before I continue, I want to thank the RCIP. There were police cars out by Red Bay Primary. I'm hoping they were also up by Prospect and some of the other primary schools, because that did help facilitate traffic flow. It was still slow, but that did. So I want to thank the RCIP for that. Excellent to see. I know how busy they are. They're short staff and so on, but that was very good to see. But coming back to I was listening in as I was driving or sitting in traffic for a lot of the time, and we were talking about the process, and the leader was addressing the fact that ministers didn't really give a debate. It was shut down. I remember at one point seeing what I viewed as a whisper campaign start on one end, right, and continued throughout the rest up to all the government members, and after that there was no debate at all. In my view, that was the word was sent, not to debate anymore. In my view. So as was indicated, the debate was really sort of shut down. But to make up for that, I think what the government tried to then do, especially after the furor that was the noise that was created by us complaining, was and also by intervention by MP Chris Saunders, was to allow the ability for ministers to give us a brief statement in Finance Committee. The problem with that for me is that while that was it was useful, it was better than not having it. But what that prevented for me is that you're then reading through. Sometimes you didn't even get the bit of paper until after the minister has started speaking. So you're reading through and trying to highlight and trying to think on the spot of the questions that you need to be asking, right? So I think I did, especially being a new member, as good a job as I could have. But it's things afterwards I went, crap, man, I meant to ask what this, and this, right? Whereas if they had done the debate, as is the usual, right, when you come back, you would then have the opportunity to have the words, have thought through it, looked at, as was being indicated, looked at the budget, and you could then do that word that my deputy leader likes is using quite it's a useful word, important word, scrutiny. A large part of the job of the opposition is scrutiny. Barbara Lee, do you remember that name? Congress lady from California, I think it was.
Yes, yeah.
I remember seeing something about her again. I've known about her for some time, but she was the only vote against the I forget what it's called, that those anti-terror laws that came in after the World Trade Center. She was the only person who voted no.
Yes.
She got death threats. People thought she was treasonous, and she said, "I voted no for various reasons, but one of them was the rushed nature of it. Members didn't have time to think through, and lack of real scrutiny." Right? It's important.
Yes.
So I mentioned that in passing, because scrutiny is hugely important, and that's a big part of what the opposition does. I mentioned before, in my view, a strong opposition makes for a strong government. iron sharpens iron. You want to be a good government, you need to have a strong opposition. So I leave
on that, yeah, no, absolutely, very well done. And to take it, I mentioned this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when we were on, but to take it further, the scrutiny that Mr. Tatum speaks about in other parliaments, the UK, Trinidad, Barbados, other places, there are committees set up to scrutinize bills, laws, if you call them that, budgets, weeks and weeks and weeks before it actually even reaches the floor of the House. And it's scrutinized by bipartisan or by parliamentary staff or these committees. So those of us who will tune into international politics or read, or you'll always see, when you travel to the U.S., sometimes you go through television and in your hotel room it has a local channel. You see these committees or town hall. That's a scrutiny that actually happens beforehand. Our style of parliament is that the committee, the scrutiny committee, is done there on the spot. So finance committee is a scrutiny committee. The committee after the budget is a scrutiny committee. Should it be done before? I think so, yes. But that's not our process. Our process is that it's done after the fact.
Well, with our whole budgetary system becoming more and more complicated, and with more being at stake in either politically, financially, economically, or otherwise, do you believe that we maybe need to look to see how we can change that to ensure that more scrutiny is allowed? And my other question would be, from a strategic standpoint, when the debate was basically shut down on the budget, was there anything that the opposition or those on the other side of the aisle could have done strategically to keep the debate going?
To answer your question first, yes, I do think we have to evolve. When we were a smaller country, when we were a budget of, 50 million, 100 million and those sorts of things, 50, 60 million, my apologies, 600 million and those sorts of budgets not too long ago. I remember even when I was the incoming president and the president of the Chamber of Commerce in 2004, the year with Ivan, leading up to that, the government used to provide the private sector with the budget 1 month in advance. And the Chamber would actually sit down and scrutinize the budget and then make representation to the government. That might have been a form of committee. But I think that we need to try and get back to that point somehow. I think with the SPS, the arguments made on the SPS wanting to align that more with the budget or have it be even more precise than what you project 6 months before. I think one of the downsides of that is that you spend so much time on the SPS with just 4 weeks to go before the budget is due, that you're working on the budget days or a day up to the day before you present it in Parliament, right? So that in itself, if you think about that in itself is an issue. If I were to play a little politics here, OC, I would say that that is more likely to happen when you have coalition governments, because you first have to work out what are your shared priorities, which are not defined before the election, because you've just come together after the election. So you're going to spend months negotiating with each other, debating what are going to be your shared priorities. Then you're going to apply funding to those. And ultimately, somebody in the room is going to put up their hand and say, if I don't get my money, I'm walking. That's going to happen. That is going to happen. If I don't get my building, if I don't get my park, if I don't get my road, I'm walking. And then so we got to go back now and find someone else to say, well, we promised you this. Can we cut that back? Can you start that next year so we can give OC his money to keep OC happy? Roy, can you wait one more year? Promise you next year, you'll get that extra money to buy the Saab. So, because I know
the Broncos don't want the Saab.
We just want a good flight, but I also have a lot of Cayman Broncos that live in that Red Bay.
Yeah. So we so that if that could also be an issue as well, but it does delay things. What could we have done strategically to keep the debate going? Because we are shadow. We actually appoint shadow members to the different things. And because there was no SPS, we had to wait to hear what the minister was saying.
Okay.
And so we had draft speeches done. Mr. Tatum spoke because the Minister of Education spoke. Okay. So he was able to quickly adjust. No, you didn't. No, you were writing yours. Yeah, he was adjusting his.
I spoke during the SPS.
During the SPS, yeah. So you're basically, the leader speaks, and then as people go along, you have a draft speech done, but you're waiting to hear. At that point, you're waiting to hear without an SPS, without any other utterance. You're waiting to hear what they say so that you can respond to it or beg or ask for changes or additions. And so several people, not just in the official opposition, but members of the opposition across the floor, including the independent ones, were off in different rooms tidying up their speeches based on what was said. And we expected it to go on for 2 days or more. And so politically, yes, one person could have jumped up and maybe started a fight, threw a few allegations around the room to see if we could draw someone else out to speak. Yes, we could have done that.
Okay. But there was no guarantee that the government would have spoken anyhow. They were waiting out the opposition. So.
Okay, with that, we've reached the top of the hour. Our headline news at 9 o'clock. When we return, we have one person has comment about driver's license. So they're holding us, our feet to the fire in terms of driver's license. This is about a person, 81 years old, from Canada. We'll share that with you as soon as we return. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
This month's Music at the Library is a holiday concert that will blend Christmas classics, an expressive piano solo, and musical theater treasures from Latin America and across the globe. K-Musica is inviting you to their event tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Georgetown Public Library. In international news, Naveed Akram, the surviving suspect in Sunday's mass shooting at Bondi Beach in Sydney, has been charged with 59 offenses, including 15 counts of murder and one of committing a terrorist act. His father, 15-year-old Sajid Akram, was killed in an exchange of fire with police at the scene. 15 people were killed and dozens of others were injured in the attack, which targeted Australia's Jewish community at an event celebrating the first night of Hanukkah. It was the country's deadliest shooting since 1996. And prosecutors in Los Angeles have filed murder charges against Nick Reiner over the deaths of his parents, Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Nick Reiner is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder with a special circumstance alleging multiple murders, according to the district attorney. He could be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty if found guilty. He will be brought to the court to formally face charges and enter a plea after he's medically cleared by prison officials. The charges came 2 days after the couple were found dead in their home in Brentwood, California, with multiple stab wounds. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
As we celebrate the Christmas season, we thank you, our patients and partners, for your support. We wish you a blessed Christmas and peace, joy, and good health in the new year. From your friends and family at HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
This holiday season, let Kirk Market do the roasting so you can do the hosting. Visit in-store or shop online and order your traditional family feast, complete with classic roasted turkey and ham, all the tasty sides and trimmings. Let the chefs at Kirk Market be your holiday helpers so you can spend less time in the kitchen. Order online at kirkmarket.ky or visit in store today. And don't forget to visit the florist at Kirk Market to find the perfect centerpiece for your table. There's no place like Kirk Market for the holidays.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, and we have now been joined by the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Member of Parliament, Mr. Kenneth Bryan as well. Mr. Hugh will be leaving us in a few minutes. So I'm going to, in the interest of time, we will share the driver's license situation later on, and we're going to throw the mic back over to Mr. Hugh.
Thank you, OC. OC, I enjoyed this morning. As short as it was, we covered some good ground.
Yes.
I just wanted to finish where I was with, the party. As I said, and as we talked about quite a bit, we've been very busy in the Parliament, very busy in the political realm, and carrying out our duties as His Majesty's opposition. But what I want to say as well to our supporters and our well-wishers out there is that we have been very busy in the background as well. We have a very, very active executive now. Well, we had before, but we have with some fresh blood. And we have been meeting regularly, and we are well in advanced stages of launching our women's arm and our youth arm. And I think that I know that the public and our supporters and our members out there will see a lot more in the public from the party in the first 3 to 6 months of next year. And so we've been doing a lot of work in the background, and we want to thank everyone out there for their continued well wishes and their support. We do receive, it's important to say, because sometimes when you sit down, you look at whether you're the government or the opposition and you read comments or whatever. But I can tell you that as a party, as the opposition, but most important that in this context, as a party, we continue to receive a lot of support and well wishes from those persons out there who have stuck with us, believe in us, understand the importance of a structured, well-structured party. And we hear them, we are listening to them, and we are busy at work to make them proud. Okay. Before I leave and hand over to my very able deputy here, I just want to wish everyone out there, if I don't get to see you over the next couple of days, a very, very Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. And I ask everyone, as I always do every year, let's take our time on the roads, let's be safe. We don't need any tragic accidents over the Christmas and New Year period. And B, to take the time, if you don't know your neighbor, go and introduce yourself to your neighbor. If you haven't checked on your neighbor in a while, please go and check in on them. If you know someone that's in need, you never know what a small gesture could be. A plate of food, a cake, no matter what it is, you certainly will brighten someone's day.
Kind word.
And I ask that we all take that time to exercise a little bit of kind over the Christmas to our neighbors and friends and family. It's a good time too, if you're having a dispute with a family member, to call them up and say, hey, let's sit down and talk about this. So everyone, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I will be on the street as of today, out and about, checking in on my constituents and friends and family. So, OC, I want to also wish you a very Merry Christmas and your family. And I want to, and a blessed New Year. And I want to thank you for all that you do and for being here week in and week out and keeping the show going. It is one of the few platforms that we as an opposition have to be able to communicate with the public on a large scale, the Caymanian people in particular. And so we want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Again, wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And to you and to yours as well. Like I said earlier, off mic, politicians this time of the year, you have two families that you have to attend to. You have your political family out there, and then you have your biological family, as well. And you sort of have to balance that as well. But I'm sure that families understand, that while they're taken care of and you care for them, there are probably more persons out there who need the attention because they don't necessarily get it from others.
Before if I could interject, before the leader leaves, if I could just say something, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you, OC, because the first time I heard mention of the need to control the feral chickens was on your show, I think, and the leader brought that up, and we're now seeing that's actually being addressed. So again, a very good thing that happened on your show, and I thank the leader very much for that. I'm happy the government is moving forward with it as well. So.
Okay, all right, all the best.
I'll.
Okay, take care.
See you. I'll just wrap up. Yeah, man.
So we didn't even say good morning. Welcome to the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Kenneth Bryan. Good morning, sir. Welcome. We did speak, and you did share, with me your private member's motion as well. And thanks for sharing that with me.
No problem. Thank you so much, Mr. Connor, and good morning to the listening audience. I just want to say thank you so much to the Honorable Leader, who just gave a great contribution this morning, along with my colleague, Mr. Roy Tatum. It's a pleasure to be here this morning, being the last show for the year, while we go off and spend the quality time with the people that we love, both families, being said. So I'm not sure if you covered a little bit about that motion, but, I think that the spirit of it is pretty straightforward, and I think the response by the public has been good. Most people think it's necessary, so I'm really happy about that. And for those who may not be aware of what I'm speaking of, on Monday morning, I filed a motion supported by my leader to examine and consider legislative changes to restricting face coverings and head covering and mask wearing in the public outside of specific areas like work-related matters, PPE for workers on the construction sites, gardeners, people who are dealing with chemical, or persons who have medical restrictions. This is spurred by the fact that, the community has expressed to us and members in our party that the fear of not knowing who people are is growing too much, and then you see the spur of armed robberies. Everybody's dressed quite similar to what you see many people are wearing coming from working environments. So it's a safety component. Hopefully this will pass in the future whenever the government calls Parliament, and it will help the police in some capacity, and obviously would not stop it. I think we have to do other actions to stop the crime, but hopefully give residents, business owners, the opportunity to be stronger reaction if they can see these things coming, as well as from an evidential perspective, the police can catch them easier if they're having their mask off before they commit a crime or after, because the crime is not only on the scene but leading up to the scene and leaving the scene. So hopefully that is accepted by the government, and we look forward to that in the new year. But what's most important right now is throughout the Christmas that we get through it safely and we don't have any more robberies. I'm so happy that the Premier and Governor and the Police Commissioner has committed to more police on the road, so that's a good thing. Right now we want to just make sure that everybody has a good Christmas. The businesses actually make money this Christmas, and I encourage everybody to spend local, because without our local businesses surviving, things are going to get hard because the cost of living is expected to increase. So I know it's tempted to go away to Miami and take advantage of that $1,000, but it helps us all when you spend local, because a lot of people forget that 95% of the businesses in the Cayman Islands are owned by Caymanians. We don't always see them on the forefront, but there's a Caymanian behind the scenes So I want to make sure I continue to support them. But besides that, I'm so happy to be here and look forward to answering any questions that you have. And I know my colleague, the Honorable Paulina McGaw-Lumsden, who's the Deputy Speaker, is supposed to be joining us in the next after the next break.
Excellent, excellent. So why don't we take that break now, and then when we return, we will be joined by Miss.
Before we
Sure. Okay, go ahead.
I'll take my departure as well.
Are you going to leave now too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to have three of you.
Well, I will stay, but is there enough space?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hang around then.
Okay. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise its valued customers of the following holiday hours at both its Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac offices. On Wednesday, December 24, offices will be open from 8:30 a.m. to 12 midday, and cashiers will close at 11 a.m. The office will reopen on Monday, December 29, 2025. On Wednesday, December 31, office hours will be from 8:30 a.m. to 12 midday, and cashiers will close at 11 a.m. The office will reopen on Friday, January 2, 2026. The board, management, and staff of the Water Authority wish its customers and the public a safe and joyous holiday season.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price. And a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
At Mise en Place & Co., it's more than food. It's tradition rising from the bake shop. It's community coming together at the Barista Cafe. It's time back for the things you love with Boxed. It's knowing they'll eat well because of Yum. It's memories being made with Mise en Place events, and it's a moment shared over a slice of Gino's pizza. Because everything we make, from our kitchens to your table, is made right here in Cayman. Explore Mise en Place & Co.'s family of brands at miseenplace.ky.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
And welcome back to For the Record. We keep changing the scenery here in the studio. This morning it's Christmas. It's Christmas. So it is my pleasure to have joining us in the studio none other than Miss Paulina McGaw, who represents the constituents of Georgetown Georgetown West in our constituency as well. And push one of the mics over there to her so that I can say good morning to her, and she can say good morning and have some opening comments as well. Welcome back to For the Record, ma'am.
Thank you so much, OC, for having us, and good morning to you as well, and good morning to the greater Cayman Islands. I do hope everybody is doing well and want to wish everybody a Merry, Merry Christmas, and we're hoping for the best for the new year. Thank you so much for having us again, and we're looking forward to all the challenging questions and tasks that we have ahead of us for the new year. So thanks again.
Okay. Mr. Tatum, you wanted to say something before we went to the commercial break, and
well, I was
you would stay with us.
I thought I was about to take my leave, so I was going to wish everyone a wonderful Christmas, and I wanted to join in on my leader's comments, thanking you, and extend it to also thank everyone at Radio Cayman. I wish you all a wonderful Christmas. Radio Cayman is still, to me, the number one radio station. Always will be. It is a Caymanian station, and it is the one. If you turn on a radio in my house, and yes, I do have radios, you'll find tuned to Radio Cayman. My car, you'll find tuned to Radio Cayman. So just want to join in the comments that he made, thanking you and also thanking the staff of this wonderful radio station.
Thank you.
All that you do. And a wonderful Christmas to everyone here and their families.
Thank you. I believe we have a caller. Let's put that caller through. Miss Susan, caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. Connor.
Good morning. Good morning.
Mano, I've not been listening, but I've been getting a lot of calls, right? And I just turn on, and I hear them there. I'm wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. That's what we get every year, all these good wishes. We tired of that now. I think all the ministers and elected members should call me in and give me a couple $1,000, let me go around and buy some gift, important gifts for the indigenous Cayman people. That's what I should do. Okay. Now, since we got over that, and I might be getting a call from soon, or see, let's talk about this mask thing. Or see, this thing about, you can wear a mask, but non-company, non-public, not outside. Listen, we build Georgetown. We don't get a mask on our face in our hot sun doing construction. You don't need no mask. Cut it out completely. Every time we bring up something, we got to exempt this one. Roll over policy, but this one exempted. Across the board, my friend. Across the board. No mask. Get a wide brim hat like what our late good friend Baker used to wear. Put that on if you want to cover, if it's the sun you're hiding from.
Even Mr. Norberg used to wear his as well. Yeah.
All right? Wearing hat. Touch. And you know what I do? Buy a local hat. A touch hat. Made in Cayman.
Straw hat.
And wear
straw hat.
And then, straw hat. And then you can put your hard top on top of that. Hard top hat. On top of that. We do not want no masks running around the place or say anyone who are seen in my area with any mask, Lord Graham, are not responsible for their safety. Okay? Because I get the jittery when I see them. I don't know. And you know me, I'm from East End. We jump off the handle quick. Okay? No mask, period.
No mask.
No mask. Roberto Duran, no mask. Okay,
okay, you take care. One of our listeners wrote in and said, talking about scrutiny of parliamentary bills, one of the things that Mr. Tatum and the leader of the opposition was speaking to. Person says, if we had district councils, this would be an opportunity for consultation. Can the leader say why they were not implemented during many years? The PPM had to do so. And I would just add that if we look at many of the manifestos, and if you go back and you listen to some of the debates, other than immigration, advisory district council was first and foremost, on the manifestos, as well. But we haven't heard a whole lot about it. And one of the reasons for that, you're concentrating on getting the SBS done, doing the budget and everything. What can we look forward to next year in terms of, some of the things that you would want to do as well? During the course of the conversation this morning, if you could include that would be helpful. Well, but the mic is yours, folks.
Recognizing that the leader has left us now, and also the fact that I wasn't there during the period upon which the party was in power for 8 years. I think my colleague, the Honorable Roy Tatum, could add some context. He was a main advisor at that time and probably recalls exactly much of the reason behind that. But I can tell you the context of why it is that way today. Though the legislation was drafted for district councils, there is discrepancies as to when it was drafted and it's now single member constituencies and how it would be laid out. There is different viewpoints about whether funding should be given, whether they should be selected, who selects them, whether they should be elected. There's a lot of discrepancies, and the vision intent that was planned for when it first started, I think that the recognition that it may not work in its absolute form, so therefore there needs to be some reform to that legislation to see something that is special fit for Cayman. I can say that the Premier has suggested that he intends to address this area, and I'm certain that the opposition will be in full support once we've seen their draft of what those amendments will look like, because I think everybody's in the spirit of political participation from our community and from our voters. So by all means, that's the only reason for it. I don't think anybody don't want people involved. I think actually every constituency and representative have their own special committee anyway that gives them feedback as to what to do. But I think the caller's intent is that you get a level of organized scrutiny that helps filter whatever comes to Parliament in a structured way, and we support that. I think, Roy, you want to add anything to that from a PPM perspective, or Perlina?
You want to go ahead? I think also to add to the Deputy Leader's comments regarding District Council, yes, it is our responsibility. That's number one. Number two, I'm a newcomer. So it's going to take time to get key personnel to understand what is required of them. Like, we just can't hand somebody a bill and think that they're going to interpret it and understand it as well. So it's important that you appoint key personnel as well. That takes a lot of time. In addition to that, we have been consumed with so many different things that's happening. That's not an excuse. But I do want to encourage the wider public and the public in general that it's one thing to have these committing and having them to be functional. It's another thing that you as a responsible citizen must also get involved. These bills go through various different processes. It doesn't just show up in Parliament. It actually has a 30-day consultation. Get involved. And if you can't make the consultation 30-day period, and get involved or speak to your MPs. We are available and accessible, and we can answer questions for them to understand, or they can obviously air their concerns with us as well. So there's various different mechanisms, and the various bills not only just is on social media, it's in the newspaper, it's on the radio. So people are fully aware that it's happening. I think people also have to take the initiative to get in contact with your MPs and hold us accountable and let us know what your concerns are. It is important, yes, that we set up the district council. It's very, very important. I think that's what I intend to do in the new year. But again, it's important that we identify personnel that is ready and equipped and has the time as well, because it's not light work. It really isn't. As you can see, it's Christmas, and all three of us are in here tackling and addressing all issues because there's so much that's going on at one time.
And you have to wait for the legislation to come into play unless you decide to set up an ad hoc committee on your own.
Yes. Yeah.
And in fact, and what my colleague MP just said is hugely important. People need to pay attention. There was a consultation period. A district, in terms of scrutiny, the scrutiny we were addressing is scrutiny within Parliament. The district, an advisor district council, isn't the type of scrutiny we were talking. Anybody can take the bill and actually analyze it and give feedback. It's not that. It is the ability to ask questions and get answers within Parliament. But in terms of the advisor district, as you just said, there is still no bill. So anything that you set up now, there's still no law. Anything you set up now is ad hoc, and may not fit within whatever structure the any law that comes forward will propose. You may have to then disband and redo. So the law is needed. But to come back to just speak quickly about the history of how this came about. As the Deputy Leader mentioned earlier, this came about within the Constitution when there was a large number of MPs within the whole Georgetown constituency. Things have changed since then. We have much smaller constituencies than an entire Georgetown constituency. Speaking for myself, and I guess within the party, we will need to look at it. Speaking for myself, I would not have an issue with a advisor district council that was. I'm going on a limb here because we haven't discussed this other party. Speaking for myself, that maintained the original expectation that it would be a Georgetown or a Bordentown or an East End or a West Bay
district level,
rather than an advisory district. Because then what you don't want, right, is to have these smaller groupings that then become overtly political.
Yeah.
Right. So an advisory district council at the district level rather than at the constituency level.
And it can still be comprised of the constituencies that fall within that district.
I know you have to go to the break, and I do want to cut you, member, but I just want to give the respect that is due to the Honourable Dr. McFeel, Steve McFeel, that is, who has helped draft the law. We inadvertently say there was not a law. There is a law. It's just not enacted because of the discrepancies in it. And I know that what we need to do is just sit down and potentially with him as the original drafter to say, okay, this is not exactly how this current today's government or even the last government should have done this. And I was a part of that. And sit down with him and say, can we redraft it? And ultimately, the most important thing is this constant call for participatory democracy, and that's what the people are calling for. And to be honest with you, I think that one of my mandates will continue to pressure the government next year, by the end of next year, that we should have something completed. So that's my commitment.
Okay, we're going to go to a commercial break. We do have a caller on hold. When we return, we will take that caller. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Keep it hot, hot, hot with Hot Zone this Christmas. 2 locations, Cannon Place Industrial Park and Lamar Village in West Bay. Christmas sale up to 50% off. Gift certificates, footwear, club and World Cup jerseys, Nike, Puma, Reebok and Adidas. Raffle entries with every purchase and new stock daily. Hot Zone Sports. Open late, Cannon Place Industrial Park and Lamar Village in West Bay.
with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have about 27 minutes left to go in the show. One more commercial break. We have a caller on hold. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. For the Record.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Doc. How are you?
Good morning, and I would not have go to this day without calling. Good morning to your guest.
Good to hear your voice, sir. Good to hear your voice.
Just let me put it quite directly, because I don't use when I did my courses in political science. They told me don't use 5 words to say one. I say directly. One of the reasons why there is, since 15 years now, since 2009, there's no district council, is because of who was structuring the law at the time. That's the reason. One of the reasons why. The Constitution is very clear, Section 119. There shall be district councils in every electoral district, advisory district, and to advise the people elected in the district. Even before we got single-member constituencies, there was no district council. They refused to put the district councils in because, quite frankly, when people get elected, they do not want to see anyone in the district to advise them on anything after they get elected, because they become gods. They become pharaohs. They don't want anyone to speak to them, to tell them what they think, or to advise them. And that's one of the reasons why you don't have district councils. When the PPM was in power, they gave the reasons for not putting in district council, because the leader at that time said the district council should have been elected. Well, if the British government had wanted us to have an elected district council, they would have so in the Constitution. The Constitution, the Liberal, says there should be advisory only. And there is precedent already for advisory district councils. When one of the commissioners, when he came here in 1959, when we had started to modernize our Constitution, he formed a district council with Mr. Orrett Pandon, Dukan Marion, Mr. Willa Farrington, and Warren Coney, and all of those people to advise him on how to proceed under the new 1959 Constitution. Major Donald, that was the commissioner. They do not. The people who elected do not want any district council. They don't want anyone to tell them what to do or to advise them what to do. I heard the leader of the opposition this morning, and I might not have begotten what he said succinctly, but he said something about being elected to help the people. You're not elected to help the people. Mr. Bryan is not elected to help the people. No, neither his colleagues. You are elected to serve the people. It's the people's business. The government is the people's business, and every citizen cannot serve collectively. So they elect the people from thousands of years before us found a way where they could select people to do that business on behalf of the people, not to help people. It's to serve people. And so, it's like being benevolent to people, but to help people. All the funds that we collected, the government collected, belongs to the people. And so you're here to serve the people. I mean, one thing that aches me, is here are people elected to serve the people, and everybody has a driver driving him around. And some of the people who can't even get along, can't even get buy a bicycle because they're so poor. That's the problem that we have in this country. And the problem that we have in this country, we're not going to solve it because we hate each other. There is no reason why I could get a group of people who would collectively positive, and in 1 week we could have tweaked the law and put it back into operation. All of this rigmarole about this and that, it's a lot of junk and a lot of camouflage, because they do not want to hear what people have to say after they get elected. and there's no reason why people in a district where you have single member constituencies can get together and say, okay, what we are going to do, we are going to have one district council for all of the constituencies, for all of the electoral, for all of the constituencies in the district. But you never see that.
Dr. McPhail, I want to first say good morning and happy holidays to you. This is Kenneth Bryan, your adopted son. I want to say thank you for what you have contributed this morning, and you are absolutely right. And I am not going to shy away from our responsibility. There's no excuse whatsoever for us not to have dealt with this, and you are 100% right. The UK approved that constitutional change, and if they wanted us to have an elected one, they would have specified. And I give you the commitment because I'm also at fault. I was a part of the government for the last 4 years, so I'm not going to talk about any other administration, but I can give you the commitment as a member of the now People's Progressive Party, as the deputy leader. I will work closely with my leader and my colleagues that we'll put the necessary pressure on, and if they don't want to change the bill within 6 months, we'll do a draft bill ourselves and hope that they will make the approvals. Now, I want to give the respect to the Honourable Premier. He has given a commitment that he intends to address it next year, and I would love to hold him to his word, but you are absolutely right. Enough is enough. Let's get it done because it allows the people to participate in their democracy. So I thank you for your contribution, and I admire your commitment to this of holding us accountable, and I promise you that we will do our part.
Okay. Doc, any final words?
Before you go,
Yep.
Before you go, I would have brought the government to court already to force them to implement the law, to abide by the Constitution, to abide by Section 19, because it's a directive. It says there shall be, and it's a directive. They have completely ignored it. This is the only place I know you can ignore the Constitution and get away with it. But you know something? I have done enough in the country, and I'm not going to spend my money to go to court for other people who are not going to appreciate what I will do.
Doc, thank you very much. All the best. We will talk before the Christmas as well. Thank you very much.
All the best, Doc, and have a wonderful Christmas to you and yours.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well,
where are we?
Yes, we were just about talking about what is going on in respect to the mask wearing, our constitutional commitment and so forth. And I am mindful that it is now 9:41 and we do want to give some closing Merry Christmas comments and so forth. And my Honourable Deputy Speaker hasn't said much thus far.
So we'll close off the phone lines if you wish.
I think that may be a good idea.
Yes.
You want to take one more call?
If we do have a caller, do we have any callers on hold, Ms. Susan? No callers on hold, so we'll keep it the way it is.
With that being said, there's something I think I want to take this opportunity to break some news here on Radio Cayman. I've just gotten commitment from my Honourable Deputy Speaker. I will be filing another motion as soon as we leave this room.
Okay.
And the motion is currently in its draft form. I want to make it clear that this motion has not been filed yet or approved, but we will be leaving here and going to Parliament to file it. Members who have been paying attention to the parliamentary proceedings have seen that we had a bit of an embarrassing moment with one of the ministers that approved the immigration changes. Sadly, and I don't think it's a fault of his own particularly, but just a process where he was unable to even break down the changes and amendments of the law in layman's terms. We are failing to explain the changes to the average person in our community, and they need to be a part of this. We were just speaking about participatory democracy. And if they can't understand the law as a minister, how can we expect the people to understand? And as such, after much discussion with the team and looking at the circumstances, we will be filing a motion to have mandatory red line amending bills. But basically that means that before I read the bill, it basically says that you have to do a red line draft which encompasses what you're going to take out. You're going to see what is taken out, what is added, as well as where it fits in the context of the original bill. Most people understand what redlining means in the official. Another word for it is track changes.
Yes.
So that way people can understand easier. But just to give you the actual wording of the motion, and it is subject to amendments based on the Speaker's approval.
Yes.
But I'm certain the substance will stay the same. And it says, whereas the NCFC government has identified transparent governance as a pillar of the 2026-2028 strategic policy statement, and whereas the current isolated clause method of amending legislation creates a democratic deficit where the public and the opposition must manually cross-reference documents to understand the law, and whereas recent proceedings, specifically the committee stage of the Immigration Bill 2025, prove that even ministers find it challenging to explain fragmented amendments in layman terms, and whereas the opposition currently has no dedicated legal drafting staff to assist in the decoding these complex changes, creating an unfair information monopoly. Be it therefore resolved that the government considers mandating red line schedules, better known as track changes, for every amending bill to be published on the official portals when the amendment bills are being gazetted. And it will be moved by myself as the deputy leader of the party, as well as seconded by the Honourable Deputy Speaker for Parliament. So we look forward to that. We think it will be another added bonus in our minds to the participatory component, which allows the public to better understand what we are changing. Because unfortunately, I do not agree with the minister's comments in finance and committee stage agreement that it's his job to make the technocrats understand it. It's our job to make the people understand it. So therefore, we hope that the government will support it at the next sitting of Parliament. And by the ends of today, we will have a press release out saying that it's been filed, but I thought it'd be appropriate to break it here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Breaking news. Miss April, Carsley, hope you guys are listening in there. You could make that a part of the news today as well. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Cayman, let's talk about your internet and phone service. Orrett has published a draft proposal for new consumer protection regulations, and we want your feedback. The draft regulations propose new rules to modernize the sector, including proposals to limit back billing to 3 months, introduce a 5-day cooling off period for new contracts, and set mandatory timelines for resolving complaints. The draft also proposes extending these protections to small businesses for the first time. But these are just proposals. To ensure the final rules are practical and fair, we need to hear from you. All submissions on this consultation should be made in writing and must be received by 5 p.m. on January 8, 2026 at the latest. For more information, visit orreg.ky/consultations or email consultations@orreg.ky. Orreg, working toward a fair and reliable digital economy.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're in the last leg of the final Wednesday show for the year 2025. Wednesdays being the date that has been assigned for the opposition to be and independent members to be on the For the Record as well. So we have in the studio with us Deputy Leader Honorable Kenneth Bryan, Member of Parliament for Georgetown West. Got it right this time, right? Mr. Leader McGaw, Lumsden. And for the Red Bay constituency, Mr. Roy Tatum. Before I pass the mic back over to you, I just want to say also, as far as the advisory district councils concerned, that in the 15th of October 2021, the Constitutional Commission did opine and offer conclusions and recommendations in relation to the advisory district councils as well. So if persons are interested in seeing what they had to say about it, that would be a good idea. And I will also share with you this WhatsApp message. This person says, "Good morning, Dr. Macfield is making valid points to confirm Minister Michael Miles of the CINP has established a district council for the prospective constituents. I believe they mean for prospect there, constituency of Prospect as well." Folks.
Well, Mr. Corner, I want to congratulate the honourable member for his committee. And if what he has established is considered as a district council, then we all have district councils, because we all have a committee that supports us politically in our constituencies. And I think you would have seen that many previous and current members say that they have district councils. The Honourable Minister for Environment suggests that she has a council as well. But none of us have a council until the law is enacted.
Right, that's legally recognized.
Legally recognized. So, I mean, I can simply change my committee of 15 people into a district council if that's what we're talking about. But I commend him for having a committee to give him feedback. I think we should all do that, but recognize that nobody actually has one legally. But again, as the deputy leader, I'm committed to that the progressives will provide a strong front on this matter, because you're right, it's been too long. And that word "shall" in the Constitution is one that we respect, and we'll do our endeavor best to argue the relevant points, make any necessary changes, get feedback from the public as to if we don't like what we have, what can we offer, hopefully in a bipartisan way with the Honourable Premier, and make a commitment to sitting down and get a timeline from the Premier to say, when can we do this and can we do this together, because the people want it. But But outside of that, I'm not sure much more we can do. It's been too long, and I know we're upset, but we're going to fix it. So no need to belabor the point. Mr. Connor, I think that in the interest of time, because I know we're going to have a hard stop, I want to first take this opportunity to say my hearts and prayers go out to the family of Miss Elrita.
Yes.
You know that we lost her, a matriarch to the highest level of Georgetown. Very close to my family. As you know, I shared a sister with that family through my mom, Lamy, and my mom had a wonderful young lady by the name of Latoya, who was unfortunately not with us. So I know the family close, and also Roy Tatum, Roy McTaggart, I apologize, former leader of the party, was very close to the family intimately by way of, that family helped raise him and his brothers and sisters. So there's a lot of pain on the People's Progressive side with the loss of Miss Elrita, and our hearts and our prayers go out to each and every one of the family members and everybody in Georgetown, because this one is a hard one. You heard me mention the fact of the passing of our good close friend Hank. And my last time I was on the show. And again, thoughts and prayers go out to them, because this Christmas is going to be a hard one for everyone. But with that in mind, and don't want to leave my colleague out from saying her things, I just want to quickly say mine to my listening audience, and then we can wrap up the show before we close. Sure. My dear neighbors and friends of Georgetown Central, as the Christmas season settles upon us in our beautiful country, I want to reach out to you and share a moment of reflection with each and every one of you. Christmas is a time of immense joy, but it is also a time for deep gratitude. As we gather with our families, let us remember the true reason for the season, the birth of Christ, and the message of hope and unconditional love that he brought to this world. It is that very hope that sustains us and brings us together as a community. While many of us will celebrate, let us also hold a space for those who may be struggling in these times. I ask of you to think of those who don't have much this year, and let us make a mission for us to bring a smile to somebody else's face and do a small act of kindness with a minor gift or just a few words of love and support. My heart goes out especially to those facing their very first Christmas without a special loved one in their life. The holidays can be difficult when there is an empty chair at the table that used to be filled before. Please know that you are not alone this Christmas, and your community stands with you and hold you in our prayers. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the good people of Georgetown Central, I want to say I wish you a peaceful Christmas with the spirit of Cayman kindness in mind. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Georgetown Central, and may God bless the Cayman Islands.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that, Ms. Perlina.
Well, see, thank you so much for having us once again. I started the year, and this is just a short story, with a vision board. And every year I do that. And on the vision board, it had basically, after the leader had spoken to me, I do trips and I do what my personal accomplishments, bid, properties, every single thing. And once the leader had spoken to me, I identified that to be a MP for Georgetown West. And in addition to that, I also identified either be a PS or a minister. Of course, the latter wasn't achieved, but being an MP was achieved. And for that, I'm truly, truly grateful for the people of Georgetown West. It would not have been possible without PPM and the voters of Georgetown West. I really want to take the time to tell them Merry Christmas and thank you. This year has been a trying year for so many people. And so my only hope and wish is that to remember to stay in gratitude. We have to remember that and to give thanks to the Almighty God, because it could be so much worse than what it is. And if we continue to stay in gratitude, if we continue to put God first, and this season as well, like the deputy leader has identified, each one help one. It really is that simple. Continue to be kind to one another. It's important that we do not remove that from our society. The Cayman Kind slogan goes very, very far. While we are Cayman kind to foreigners, we must be Cayman kind to each other as well. And we must remember that at all time. I wish the Cayman Islands a very, very Merry Christmas. Of course, the members of Parliament as well. Of course, the staff at Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to every single person. And may God bless each and everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Tatum.
Thank you very much. That was, I want to thank my colleagues. I mean, I have to say that was very well done. And I will join with those sentiments. It's important all year round, but certainly Christmas is a time that reminds us about salvation, forgiveness, and the one who gave up, sent his son to die for all of us. Now, we don't have to die, but we can help each other. Right? Help each other every single day. But at this time of year, as has been said, let's try to be kind, be thoughtful, and look out for one another. My family also in recent months lost what I would call a matriarch in terms of my mother-in-law, Claire Elizabeth Nunez. I call her Bessie. So I understand what it means, as I did after my own mom died, to lose someone and then you're spending Christmas and you're thinking about them. So my heart goes out to those with losses as well. But I will say this in winding up. I too am very grateful to the people of Red Bay who voted for me and those who didn't vote for me. I've had people who didn't vote for me reach out and I've been able to assist them. As Dr. McField said, our job is one of service, but service can be viewed in many ways, assisting, helping, but it is service. And I've been blessed beyond measure by those who have been able to serve and to give assistance. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I've started prior to I had to leave the country. I was not the last sitting of Parliament, as many of you know, because I had to attend this, I guess, a funeral service. But I started going around the constituency before that, and I will be on the ground again today, seeing the constituents and wishing them a wonderful Christmas. And those I don't get to see, I'll see in the new year. But wonderful Christmas, blessed Christmas to everyone. God bless, and we'll be seeing you. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all very much, and thanks for making yourselves available throughout the year, either in person or via the telephone, as well. And thanks for all that you continue to do to assist the people of the Cayman Islands, to make the Cayman Islands a better place, to make it a safer place for all who reside here as well. I want to thank our listeners. This is not the final show for the year. On Friday, we expect to have as many members of the government side as possible on the show. We know that Minister J. Ebanks, on his last appearance on here, did give a commitment that he would be here as well. So we're hoping to try to get as many as possible because we want to ensure that we spread the joy of Christmas. This is a time for celebration. This is a time for sharing, and we want to do as much of that as possible. So, folks, continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Mr. Charles Glidden Shallow at 12:15 for Talk Today, and as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman.